Would you like a 20-minute story? A 20-minute story on Queen Anne? And not any old cruise, it's the Queen Anne Maiden, a story full of tradition, drinking, a bit more drinking, lots and lots of food, military bands, dancing, one of the best shows we've ever seen, more dancing until 3 a.m, fancy send-offs. Oh yes, we have got it all, so come and join us. We are cruising with the 4Bs, normally cruising as a 4. Sometimes I cruise by myself, but this was just the 2 adult Bs. We're packed and ready to go. So where would such a prestigious vlog start? Oh, let's find out. Pound Anne to get some final bits. Oh, this is supposed to be an upmarket vlog. Oh, blimey. Let's have a nice arty monologue as we head on board Queen Anne. Blimey. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you?
We're on a Cunard ship, so first stop has got to be the Golden Line for some lunch. On Queen Anne, some of the items you've got to pay for, but I'm sure they're extra special, so we'll check that out in a second. Let's go and order my drink. Let's have a nice beer. Cheers, everybody. Oh, wait a minute. Is that a military band playing next door? Oh, lovely. Rachel went for the Ploughmans, and I spent £7.25 on a toastie. Ah, okay. Did you enjoy it, Tom?
Good.
He did. Let's just bear in mind he hadn't eaten anything by this point. Okay, this is the spa. Are you brave enough to go under there? We had a quick tour, and then it was on to our room tour. Hello, Captain.
The crew will divide you into groups, and guides will...
To check our room tour out, pop it in the corner, and then it was time to do a TikTok. Do follow us on TikTok, Cruising with the 4Bs, you should be. And can I ask for a quick favour? Can you press that like button, then more get to see our content, and subscribe if you're not. It's free of charge. We love cruising. Okay, then we checked out more of the ship. We did a nice little thumbnail. It was on to dinner, and then we were heading outside because it was a firework departure. It was the maiden voyage, 9:15. We actually had a live going on this evening, and we were going to film all of the fireworks. So I won't really need much editing in this point. I would just connect you to what we got on our live stream. Here we go. Absolutely fantastic.
Right, I'm going. Bye. Is it just for me? Hang on.
Rachel, don't press off. Don't press off, Rachel. Oh, she's pressed off. Oh, blimey. But never mind, we do have another camera. Oh, we found out that we're in a terrible position as well at the aft. Never mind, let's race up and let's get another arty shots of all the fireworks as we depart Southampton. We got there in the end, and it was a wonderful send-off as we headed out to sea for a 7-day adventure, a maiden adventure. Headed back into the cabin. Of course, with Cunard you get your 2 lovely chocolates, and we also ordered room service. Didn't really need it, but thought, why not? So we tucked into our pizza and then headed to bed. What an embarkation day. What's coming up tomorrow? A lovely morning to film a ship tour. I even checked out the kids club. Shall I bring the younger bees next time? Breakfast time. This was good. This was the food hall. Tasty. We then checked out the grills area. Fancy. Oh, look, we're heading into the Bay of Biscay. Will we head out? Find out later in the vlog. It was then time for some afternoon tea. We did a video all on this afternoon tea. It was delicious. Check it out once you've checked out the rest of this video. Rachel really does love it when I put the camera in her face while she's eating. Cheers. Time quickly to check out the shop. Did you know all these bears sold out really quickly? And then it was on to the first formal night. When we did this as a short, someone said I looked like a cow. I must admit, after I saw that comment, it got me in the right mood. Commodore Lounge, of course. Right, Rachel, time for a pose. Ah, that's better. These drinks were left by two gentlemen we met that evening. You'll see them again later. Next up, it was the Bright Light Society. This 45-minute immersive show noir is just excellent. And you've got to check it out. At the moment, it's included. But who's the murderer? At 10:30, the Bright Light Society turned into a nightclub and we just danced and danced the night away. And I'm pretty sure we just drank Coca-Cola. Yes, that's right, Coca-Cola. After a quick breakfast, we headed out into La Coruna. It was a rainy day, and of course, we're not the sort of channel that would do immature, silly poses in front of naked statues. Of course we're not. So how are you feeling, Rach? Tell us all. Is one of your favourite shops, Mango, open, Rach? That's a negative. But there was some pretty streets. And then we stumbled across this really cool area that had some intriguing paintings on the floor and some crazy head statues. He looks like he's had a hard life. Enough, this is an upmarket vlog. Back to the ship we go. I think it's time for lunch. Pizza? So as you might know, I need to do research for this channel, so I decided to have 4 puddings. But which one was the best? Okay, but the winner, Rachel's about it, is definitely this one. It is amazing. Oh, look at that. Way, it's lovely. Then it was a nice Irish send-off from Spain. Well, actually this music that's playing is non-copyrighted music, but anyway, you get the gist. They were very, very talented gentlemen. And then we had one of those traditional send-offs where they do the hoses. I actually was standing next to Carol from Paul and Carol at this point, and I said to her, now, do you think they just use those hoses just for these occasions? She looked at me and said, no, probably for ship fires. I didn't see her again on this cruise. She looked at me very strangely. Anyway, we're on to the evening and we're into the sushi restaurant. This was once again beautiful. And in the next segment, you'll see Rachel using the chopsticks superbly and me less so. Oh, blimey O'Reilly. I did struggle, but the food was good. Finish the evening with a stunning walk on deck. Where will our travels take us next? breakfast in the Corinthia Lounge. Want more information about this? Then watch our food vlog. We then did a walk of the promenade deck. There we go, I did 5 laps. I make that 2 miles. Excellent stuff, and I got my PB as well. We then headed into the spa. Now, obviously we didn't film too much of the spa, but just to say, these seats, there was a lady that was hogging these seats, and Rachel had a little bit of a disagreement with her. If you ever see us out and about, ask us about this disagreement. I kind of went underneath the water while it was all happening, pretending I didn't know her. Anyway, we move on to Sir Samuel's. That was the steak place. That was gorgeous, with even better views. And in a second, you will see that if you fancy having a little bit of a boozy lunch, you need to go and have this rum pudding. Rum Barbar, I think it was called. It was just full of rum and more rum.
Mixture of orange hard liqueur.
Such a man.
No, you're a stunning lady. Brownie points there for me. It was on to dinner. Yes, we decided after a steak lunch to have a 2 or 3 course meal. Blimey O'Reilly. I haven't eaten ever since I got back from this cruise. And it was a stunning evening up on deck. Look at that. I love this area at the aft. And then it was on to watching the voice of Russell Watson. Oh, the crowds loved him. We loved him. Everybody loved him. He was good. Very nice. And then that was our day complete. So where are we today? Well, we're in Lisbon. And this next section is sponsored by Viniculars, Portuguese beer, more Portuguese beer, custard tarts, and I was getting pretty obsessed with a fountain. Enjoy. By the way, this coach was free. Thanks, Cunard, but it went a bizarre way. Enough. I sat and drank by myself here for 20 minutes while Rachel went in bango. This was the beer museum. It wasn't open, but the bar was, and this looked pretty cool. I was actually rather chuffed with this filming of the sail away, so please enjoy it. I don't think there's many better sail aways than the Lisbon sail away. Next up is a party for the Diamond loyalty guests. There were so many Diamond guests, they had to put it in a massive room and there had to be 2 of them. If you look carefully, visit with us, Rich and Helen are seeking out some free booze. This was the Mediterranean. It was gorgeous, extra pay restaurant, and it came with stunning red skies. I'm not sure we had to pay extra for that, but it was still nice. It was a 60s group. It wasn't really for us, but the voices were good. That was in the theatre, so we headed back to the great Commodore Lounge. Oh, I do love the Commodore Lounge. And checked out all this fancy artwork. Cunard has the best artwork. Oh, it's time for bed. See you tomorrow. Due to the fact that I was walking around the promenade deck once more, I missed Chris Frame, and he is an excellent speaker, and he was talking all about QE2 and Cunard. Apologies, Chris, I will check you out next time you're on Cunard, because you're marvellous. It was then an afternoon around the pool, it was food, Rachel went healthy, I went unhealthy, and then in a second you get to check out a rather bizarre duo, very talented, but one was kind of a bit awkward doing some DJing and one was playing the saxophone. I'll let you check them out. And then it was a few cakes. These were okay. The afternoon tea in Corinthia Lounge. And then it was one of the highlights of the cruise. Do you remember those 2 gentlemen we met? Well, they invited us to the suite. I did a video. You'll get to see it on the channel very soon. And then they persuaded us to have a bottle of champagne and a few more drinks and another drink and another drink. And we spent the afternoon in the aft of the ship. What an afternoon. Oh, and there is our cabin steward, Raoul. He was a legend. Thank you, Raoul, for doing an amazing job. And we move on very quickly to the, formal night. We went to the Indian. It wasn't very good, but we seemed to be having a good time. Maybe we'd had a few drinks. Yes, I think we'd had a few drinks. We then checked out some more entertainment. This went on a long time. Once again, very talented people. But yeah, so a few more drinks, and then we decided to once again head to the Bright Light Society and decided once again to have a few Coca-Colas and dance until 3:30. And everyone in there seemed to think that Rachel could do all of these dances and led the dances. Go. Unfortunately, on this day, due to the fact that we were feeling terrible, we just ate carbs and didn't do much, then ate an afternoon tea. But we were ready to go for the evening, and we checked out the semi-final of Eurovision, and then after that we headed to the Japanese. We did a little walk first, and great fact, this was the last time I used my gimbal. If you don't know what a gimbal is, it makes everything look all steady. And I can't find it now, so if you do see a gimbal, please hand it back. And this was the Japanese restaurant, and it was delicious. I would say my best meal I've had on this cruise, and probably one of the best I've ever had. The broccoli was delicious. I could talk about this Japanese for days on end, but I won't. Enjoy the pictures though. The 60s band was back and very popular, but we wanted to see one final time Noir in the Bright Light Society. What a cast. We're going to have to come back because they've got 2 other shows that are coming soon. Excellent. What a way to finish off the cruise. But sadly, we're returning to Southampton. The fireworks have disappeared, but luckily it's actually a beautiful day. Normally when we return to Southampton, it's raining. So it was quickly into the food hall to check out the food for the very last time. That was tasty and beautiful. We collected our bags, headed out into the beautiful Southampton sunshine. I think we'll go and get a taxi to retrieve our car. Okay, maybe we won't. We'll walk. But anyway, thank you for joining us for this 7-day vlog. We had an amazing time. We met some amazing people, and it's a trip that will live a lifetime in our memory. We'll be back on Cunard very soon, and check out our review and check out on the screen right now. Give it a press if you would like our complete food guide to Queen Anne.